Okay, let's have a little bit of fun today. I want to load up some 357 Magnum for my Henry Big Boy Silver. I haven't shot this guy since the very first video that I made with it, which was way too long ago, so we need to get back to it. And I want to shoot some cast bullets today. I did a little casting and powder coating a few days ago, and the bullet I want to use today is the it's the 158 grain semi-wad cutter. This is the Lee tumble lube design. I had a few issues whenever I was casting them. I think I let my mold get a little bit too hot, and they came out a little bit big. So whenever I sized them, the tumble lube grooves really kind of got smushed pretty well. But they're okay. Put a nice little powder coat on them, and I think it's going to be okay. I also think some of the cavities in the mold might be a little bit out of round, because some of them got the grooves smushed a little farther on certain edges than others. Whatever. But I think they'll be fine. They're weighing out at about 160 grains. They're supposed to be 158, so they're pretty darn close to that. So I just want to load up 50 and just go out and have a little bit of fun with them. Nothing serious. We'll get some general idea of accuracy. We'll shoot a little bit through paper, or we'll shoot a little bit at paper, but then I just want to shoot some steel, have some fun, and see how they run through the gun. I want to take it pretty easy here on the first one. I was looking in the Hornady manual. Has got a section for 357 Magnum rifle, and they've got a section for 158 grain lead bullets, and they've got tight group, clays, American Select, and unique. So I'm just going to go ahead and shoot unique. They show a load range of 3.7 grains getting 850 feet per second up to 5.3 grains getting 1100 feet per second. I was looking around on the internet a little bit, and people shoot a lot more than this. I was seeing people talking about shooting 7 and 8 grains of unique. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused by it, but I think I'm going to shoot 5 grains. That's up pretty high in Hornady's list of charges, but from what I'm reading, it's not really that big. It's not really all that hot. I don't know. Maybe I'll blow my gun up and blow my face off. We shall see, but I'm going to shoot 5 grains of unique. This bullet doesn't really have a distinct crimping groove or anything. It's just got the tumble lube grooves, and I think I'm going to try to crimp in basically the top lube groove, I guess. So once we get to the seating die portion, I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys a little closer about where I'm seating them. I'll throw an overall length here on the screen right now so you can see what I ended up deciding on, but should be pretty straightforward. Not much to it. I've got 50 pieces of brand new Starline brass that we're going to use. I'm going to resize them and prime them and flare the case mouths before we drop any powder. So I need to get situated, and we'll get to that. As far as primers go, we are going to use the Winchester small pistol Magnum primers that we've been using in 357. I really don't think unique requires a Magnum primer. It's a pretty easy powder to ignite. We could probably get away with a standard primer, but whatever. We'll go ahead and just keep using the ones we've been using. So, yep, let's get to it. Okay, not much to it there. Just ran all the brass through our sizing and flaring dies. I did check a bullet, make sure that the flare was set enough to where these will sit down in there, and they do seem to be starting into the case no problem. So next step is priming. So I'm using my RCBS hand priming tool like normal. This Starline brass has pretty nice primer pockets. They go in nice and tight. Feel pretty good. Okay, we've got our charges thrown. Give them a quick visual inspection here. Yep, they've all got powder. So we're ready for the fun part, which is seating some bullets. Okay, as far as seating goes, I just want to seat these down until, like I said, that top kind of lube groove is about at the case mouth. Seems to be getting started. I don't see it pushing up any powder coat or having any problems. Okay, still a little bit too long. That's good. Almost there. Okay, there we go. Just below that top band. I'm thinking about right there. Let me seat a couple of them here and see how they're going to go, see if they're consistent. Okay, those don't look too bad. Now let's see if they consistently, see if the overall length looks somewhat consistent. 1.585, 1.582, 1.584, 1.584, 1.590. 0.588. Let me see this. This one might have a little booger on the top of it. See if I can get away from that booger. 1.586. Yeah, I say we call it 1.585. Okay, our factory crimp die. Let's back out the adjusting thingy here. Okay. Went up in there. It went right through the carbide sizing ring without touching anything at all. That's a good thing. Okay, down until it kind of touches. Let's go a half turn. Let's see what that looks like. Didn't really seem to do much. Let's go 3/4 of a turn. Okay. Let's run all 5 of these guys through here. So there they are. Looking pretty okay. Tell you what, let's run one through the gun, see if it chamber's okay. Seems to chamber fine. And it ejected okay. So yeah, I think we're in good shape. I just need to go through and seat the rest of the bullets. And we'll be ready to go see if they'll shoot. So I've been really pleased with how easy these bullets are seating. Except for the fact I keep trying to jam them up into the crimp die and forgetting to turn my turret. But haven't been any problems whatsoever. No scraping of the powder coat or any of that stuff. So seem to be doing well. I did size these to 358. If I didn't already mention that. So I'm hoping these are going to shoot well. I haven't slugged the bore of the Henry Big Boy yet, so I'm just kind of going by, you know, 358 is the standard size for lead bullets, so hopefully they work. But let's get out to the range and find out. There she is, folks. I want to start out by shooting a few rounds through the chronograph. I've got a little target out at about 25 or 30 yards. I think it's about 25 yards. Just to get an idea of whether these things are flying straight and what sort of velocity we're getting. I'm hoping for maybe 950 to 1,050 feet per second, something in that range is about what I'm expecting. So if it's much more than that, we may be in trouble. I don't know. So let's get started. I guess the first question is, how many will this hold? Just take that all the way out. All right, 10 rounds comes up that far. I don't know if the tube will go in with that many in there. Yep, looks like it will. Yep, those are feeding no problem. Drop the hammer here and get ready. Okay, so I had to readjust a little bit, see if this works. Okay, that kind of felt very weak, which is to be expected. See if it made a hole in the paper. 1,123 feet per second, so that's not bad. A little bit hotter than I was expecting. Okay, so it hit a little bit low into the left. Let's have a look at the brass and see. That all looks normal. Good, so let's shoot a couple of them. See if we can get a group going. I think that was my fault. I kind of screwed it up. See if I can just drop it in there. Yeah, there we go. All right, we shooting any type of a group? Yeah, that looks great. All right, we're empty. All right, so I like the looks of that velocity. It was like a 1103 average and a good standard deviation number. So slightly hotter than I anticipated, but still pretty darn good. And that group was outstanding. All right, I've got her loaded up again here. So let's just have some fun here on some close steel. Got the swinging plates at about 10 yards. And then the other smaller plate back there at about probably 18 to 20. So let's just bang them. All right. I've got an 8-inch steel plate out there at 100 yards. I want to try and hit it a couple times. This is going to be a pretty good challenge. If I can't hit it offhand, we'll grab the table, see if maybe we can hit it from a rest. I'm not sure how much to hold over. I mean, especially with the gun already hitting like quite a bit low, probably at least a foot. See what we can do. No, let me grab the table. All right, it's not cheating, it's improvising. Crap, come on. Hey! I was cheating a little bit too far to the right. So I knew I was hitting left, so I was cheating right a little bit, and I was just doing it too much, I think. All right, if we zone in on it, if I hit it a couple times, we'll move on to something else. There we go. Okay, I give up. All right, so I moved the swinging plate out a little bit further, the swinging plates. So they're at about 30 yards. See if I can hit them. Okay, missed that one. I'll tell you what, this guy's kind of hard to eject, or I should say, it doesn't eject very strong. And I found myself jamming myself up a couple times pretty often. Am I empty? I think I'm empty. Yep, empty. All right, this is our last 10. Just kind of looking down the bore and looking in the chamber. I don't see any weird leading issues going on. I think everything seems to be working fine with these powder-coated bullets. And man, this is a lot of fun to shoot. All right, let's see if I can make it across these plates from right to left. Dang it. Come on. There we go. All right, I'm gonna finish it off on the closer plate here. That was it. Man, that was a ton of fun. I could shoot 500 rounds. No recoil, super cheap. Man, that was cool. Yeah, looking down the bore in the sunlight and everything, I don't see any problems with lead. I'll run a couple patches through it and see if anything weird goes on, but I think we'll just go ahead and end this video here. This was definitely successful. A whole lot of fun. So I'll see you guys next time.